So, for those of you guys who don't know, my name is Mason Irvin. Hi. I'm 34. I'm the youngest of three. And I grew up in the church. Church has always been part of my life. In fact, I grew up locally. I grew up here in Washington. And I grew up going to church, going to Sunday school. So I knew all the verses growing up, all the stuff you're supposed to know as a kid or as a good kid who's going to Sunday school, whose mom is the Sunday school director. I know John 3:16, for God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten son, that whosoever would believe in him would not perish but have everlasting life. So it was kind of inevitable that at age of 11, I would give my life to Christ. But it would be 7 more years before I would give my heart to him. And I mean, most of you, all of you guys have been through that. Almost everyone here, except for, those who are presently going through it, have been through that age between 11 and 18. It's not fun. It's got its good spots, and it's got its rough spots, and it's got its confusing spots. And for me, it was struggling with loneliness, with just frustration, with sin, with pornography, with homosexuality, with all sorts of things. And probably most prominently of all, my own faith. Because there was many times where I thought, do I actually believe any of this? Or am I just doing this because this is what I've always done? Is it just because this is just what my life has been and I don't know to do anything else? Do I even care? Do I really honestly even love God? And all of this culminated into when I was 18. I was on a winter retreat for the youth group. And it was a really, really hard time. And on that retreat, I lied to myself. And I asked myself a question: what if God doesn't really love me? What if when the Bible talks about God loving me, it's how a king loves his people? He loves the people, he loves his nation, but he doesn't really care about the man in the street. I'm just a tree in the woods that he cares about. And it destroyed me. It was like someone had reached inside me, pulled out all my organs, and in some unholy manner, I was still alive. I felt hollow and empty. Because the thought that God, who made me, who shaped me, who knows me down to the very last detail, the thought that he didn't want me. Even saying horrific isn't a strong enough word. It was terrible. It was horrifying. Now, I did get over it. Just to let you guys know, the story does have a happy ending. And I realized in that moment that God was answering the question that I'd been asking. Do I love God? If I didn't love God, if I didn't care, why would I care if he loved me? And I realized in that moment the reason why I was questioning, the reason why I was doubting, the reason why I felt so distant from God during my teenage years was not because God was distant. It was because a relationship is a two-way street. I wasn't trying to pursue him. I was going through the bare minimum. And then over the course of the next 6 months, I threw myself into prayer, into reading my Bible, into honestly trying to pursue God. And he met me. 6 months later, at our summer retreat, it was a worship night. We were outside. It was this wonderful, great atmosphere. And in the middle of it, I was broken again. But in the first instance where I was broken because I felt like I was hollowed out, in this instance I was broken because it was like God had removed all the layers that I put up that kept us separated. I saw myself from his perspective. I saw what sin had done to me. I understood how it affected me. And I felt so ashamed. But then I don't really even know how to describe it even to today. It was like God wrapped his arms around me and said, but it's not going to keep me from you. I'm not going to let it divide me from you. Because I love you. And sorry. Since then, I still have struggles. I still have things. Life isn't exactly the easiest thing in the world. I still have ups and downs. But I'd never, ever, ever doubt God's love and affection for me. Because he met me there on a beach. And he told me himself. And really, if there's anything sharing my testimony, if there's anything I want you guys to get out of hearing this testimony, it is there is nothing in all of existence that will divide you from God. He will not allow anything to come between you. The only thing that separates us is us. Just yesterday, I was reminded over the radio of a verse in James, which reminds us that draw near to God and he will draw near unto you. He's not running away. If you draw near to him, he's coming right for you. He wants to meet with us. He wants to love us. He wants to just wrap us in him. Yeah. So that is it for me for now.